Meet Mark Brown. Mark is a national Clover POS system cash advance and credit card processing integration advisor to business owners of retail, quick service restaurants, and service-based businesses, and one of the most sought-after advisors in the Clover point of sale and payment processing industry, who has coached some of the leading business executives in the small business market. Mark is the creator of 3 ways to cut credit card fees and authorized to provide services to business owners throughout the United States and Canada. Mark has been selected as a premier agent of payment processing industry leaders such as Card Connect, Rapid Advance, Palmetto Payments, Clover Point of Sale, and is endorsed by top business owners of retail, auto repair and maintenance, medical facilities, spas and salons, mobile, online-based, and quick service restaurant businesses. Ornsock is guaranteed to make your business more profits with Clover, says Thomas Blackwell, author of The Liberty of Our Language Revealed and founder of SayDoAchieve.com. As founder of the industry leader Ornsock, Mark has amassed over $500 million in processing volume and is one of the most in-demand payment processing Clover point-of-sale providers. As someone who has built a highly valued business from scratch, Mark is an in-demand and sought-after Clover POS cash register system and credit card processing integration advisor and has created massive profits for thousands of business owners. Mark is an industry leader, lead advisor, sought-after business owner, and highly paid solutions provider to top business owners. Introducing Mark Brown. Hey everyone, this is Mark Brown, founder of Ornsock. I'm here with you again with another episode of Ornsock Presents. We are going to be talking about Clover some more. Today we'll be getting to talk to Jennifer, who is GM down at Fink's Wheel Shop and Fink's Auto Repair. So Jennifer and her father and other family members run an auto repair shop that has somewhere around 10, 12 bays. One of the larger providers in Chesapeake, Virginia, also in Hampton Roads. The shop itself has a long-standing history in the community that of service, and they grew up there as well. So what Jennifer is going to elaborate for you and the rest of the listeners is what being selective over where you get your Clover products from and ensuring that everything is set up right and provided the right way. She'll talk about those things and help you avoid pitfalls that her and the business made in the recent past that cost them time and money. So they'll be talking about how they use Clover Retail to keep costs down, improve processes, and the face-to-face transactions. And then Jennifer will also be talking about how her being more selective given her experiences over who's providing that service, why she did that, and the benefits of that relationship. She'll expand on that more. She's also one of my good friends. Jennifer is one of the funnest people to hang out with. She's a riot, and everybody in her family is the same way. So without any further delay, let's get into that interview that I had with Jennifer and Fink's Wheel Shop about Clover Mini in the retail auto repair space and some of her thoughts on using that and the benefits of that. So let's dive right in. Hi there, this is Mark Brown, founder of Ornsock, and here with you with Ornsock Presents, where we're talking about Clover and the different ways that you use it and it's put in businesses. I'm here with Jennifer Ellis, one of the family members of the founding, am I saying this right, founders, her dad, who started how many bays do you guys have at your auto repair? So 12, 13, something like that?
12, yeah.
One of the largest auto repair facilities in Chesapeake, maybe Hampton Roads, but they handle a lot of business. They take care of a lot of cars. And so it was your father, right, who started it?
He actually purchased it from Steve Fink.
Right. Okay. Thank you. But Fink's organization had a deep heritage in Chesapeake. Is that right?
Chesapeake and Portsmouth too.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So how did you come to be a part of that? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh my goodness. My first child, I was working days. Work for me, do the books, make it easier for you, just working during the day. I'm like, sounds like a wonderful idea. So it happened, kids get sick, it's so much easier because it's like, hey dad, grandpa, sick kid. Yeah. I was used to doing, payroll and accounting, so I worked out. But my dad, so that was a plus.
And how did we come to know each other? You
Um,
remember how we first met?
yes. When you came in the door, you said that you had met one of my sisters, one of my mini sisters, and we were trying to figure out which sister it was. She ran into you in like a health store,
Yeah.
and you started talking to her about, using credit card machines, doing the Clover.
Yeah.
Um, but that really do well with that.
Yeah.
So the business that we could sell.
Yeah. And then what was so our association? We came to know each other because of your family member that I met. What was one of the so just so you guys know that Jennifer and Fink's Auto is using the Clover Mini, and they use that mostly to do with. It surrounded three major reasons why you guys were using that, if I remember correctly. But let me know if this is right, Jennifer. But pricing was a big thing.
Right.
Updating equipment to a more current technology that would benefit you was another. And I know that the service that was behind those two products was probably, if not the most important, but one of those. And so we could touch on service and all that. Go with, yeah?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. So
The equipment, not having to lease it, plus not having to pay all these crazy fees and, manage rates, and yeah. And then
yeah.
have to be times as far as being able to take different cards, people paying with their phone instead of just using the credit card.
Yeah, and it was great to get in there and to meet your dad. One of my favorite stories to share. Jennifer's laughing right now. Honestly, it wasn't that bad, but it just sounds really funny because it sounds like a typical experience for an outside salesman to encounter. The challenging business owner who has the no soliciting sign on it, says "Leave me alone," "Beware of dog,"
Right.
will attack salespeople. But ultimately, he had a very good reason to feel that way. We were going to tell you brought up leasing and stuff, so I think it's a good idea to touch on this because it has a whole bunch of value. Who provides it is a whole nother product almost by itself. So you have the value, the scope of Clover, and then you have the scope of who's providing that as well. I think you guys had experienced something that had both those value points because of how the technology was updated for you and the benefits of updated technology. I know that chargebacks are a concern in auto repair, so making sure that we were capturing data was important, doing it the right way at the business level so that if those chargebacks ever came, we could deal with it without having to assume liability and whatnot. But more at the front of that was your dad's poor experiences in the past with dishonest or misleading or strong personalities of merchant service providers. What can you say about that experience that you guys or he had in the past?
We had run across Northern Leasing, which was a very terrible company.
What have we said? No names.
Oh,
we had come across another leasing provider.
Another company that promised many things and did not deliver. It was pretty not really up to like standards. Definitely not very helpful. Not
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made him very, I guess, skeptical, and he didn't know who he could trust because we had been taken a few times doing credit card processing and not with not understanding how it all works too. It does make you a little wary in that part of the business.
He had definitely once bitten, twice shy. I think is a good way of putting that.
Exactly.
Yeah. The truth is that there's, at the time, this was a couple years, two ago now, not a lot of ways to really check the credibility of these pass-through providers. Agents that walk in the door or whatever. It's a real benefit to have something tangible that you can really hold accountable. Somebody that's. How is that relationship? So we've been serving. We're working together for, is it a year now? Do I have that right? Over a year.
Yeah.
And, how has that service been a benefit to you?
Oh, huge. When I have an issue, it's a quick phone call or an email, and it's getting taken care of quickly. Anytime you're calling me before I call you, hey, how's it going? Is there anything going on that I need to, look at, to be aware of? Do you have any questions? Yeah, I mean, that's huge. Being there.
That's a good point for our listeners when you're speaking from an experience perspective, because the series is all about empowering business owners, and that can be. You can call me. I'll take care of you. I mean, anybody can, but ultimately, that's the attraction. That's the value of this series, is that you're sharing these experiences or a personal. I mean, how many guys do you have employed there? It's 20, 30. How many people are employed? If you don't mind sharing.
We have between 12 to 15, depending on how many mechanics.
So you have all those people who are depending on you guys to provide for them.
Correct.
Yeah, these are the pay stubs that they got to get at the end of the week to take care of their bills and to make sure that they could drive and do things and put food and ultimately take care of all their responsibilities. And I know, I'm not going to share this. I don't think it really matters, but I know that was a big financial cost. Leasing situations can be a real, if not with the time and the money, but I mean, just like so burdensome on a business. How did it feel to know that during that experience, you're watching this money, or however you were affected, be it money, energy, time, how does that feel as a business owner to be in the dark, not know what the rules are around leasing, and not sure how to attack it, and just getting frustrated the whole way? What was that, if you don't mind expanding on
that? With your business, you wanna know what you're spending, what you're able to bring in. You want to cut the costs as much as possible. You want to be able to have someone that you can trust, you can depend on, that said, hey, let me make sure the transaction amounts are the way they're supposed to be. A lot of times you get busy with working in the business and not on the business, to be able to look at everything in detail to make sure everything's running like it's supposed to. It's good to have that person like you who says, let me make sure everything's running like it's supposed to. Let's sit down just for a few minutes and just look at it and make sure it's doing what it's supposed to do for you. So.
Yeah, and that's a great point. So if you're looking for something to a relationship with vendors, and like Jennifer has for your business, and this is for the listeners, but if you're looking for a relationship, look for ways that they communicate. Is there any way to discern from feedback, reviews, public opinion that they are responsive in their forms of communication? Or are you going to be restricted to email only or phone calls only, or things like that? Great questions to ask people who might have the product that you're looking at. And in Jennifer's situation down at Fink's, it's a perfect setup for the Clover Mini. So what do you like about how the improvement was for your business moving up to the Clover Mini? There was a lot of feature benefits, but what jumps out at you?
Oh my goodness. It's so easy to print a report from it, to do a refund, to help a customer, do their transaction, just using their finger to sign for it instead of having to wait for the machine, type everything in, or scan it. Sometimes it doesn't want to go through. Like, this thing is awesome. I love, the customers are like, wow, you guys are actually getting sophisticated over here.
If you knew the family, that's such a banter that seems to be so commonplace. And Rainbow, who helps, he's a service he's a ticket, he takes in the tickets. So, but believe it or not, he's a real husky, ornery, but lovable man who loves to give people a hard time and fun demeanor. But it really just speaks to the attitude of the environment, that people are pretty laid back. And so I can definitely speak to that while you're sharing what your experiences are.
And it's easy to use. Like
Yeah.
even who's not, computer skilled can figure it out and run it. So
Very good. So would you recommend Clover Mini to auto shops like yours?
oh yeah, definitely, for sure.
What would they be able to expect if they did get a Clover Mini in their business? What would you think that they would like, that they would experience?
Oh, here you go. Perfect for this one. A lot of times before we got the Clover Mini, my service writers, when they were closing out a ticket for a customer, would just say, here's your credit card, and they would run it as a credit card. This actually asks debit or credit, so the customer can choose to do debit or credit. They choose to do debit, it helps out our business. It doesn't charge us as much as if they just keep running credit cards. That was one big thing. Another, like I said, it's so easy to use. You don't have to know a lot about computers.
Yeah.
Intuitive. Yep. Really easy step by step to do. Even if you make a mistake, it's easy to correct. So.
Yeah. So Jennifer, we've run out of time, and I really appreciate your insight, your experience, and thanks for making me a part of your business and supporting you guys down there. And thanks for sharing. So as we kind of wrap things up, that's my timer. Stay on. What can I say? Wrap up. Is there anything you'd like to share with the listeners, other business owners like you, that might help them? That you might want to pull from your experience with, and it doesn't have to be about Clover. It could be anything about business or your personal life that I know you've seen some experiences that are uncommon, and you have some value to share. Is there anything you'd like to share now that they might like to hear?
Just that I have to give you kudos. My dad is very, I guess, difficult when it comes to different things in his business. And I didn't know if you were going to make it through to get him to switch credit card processing. But you did well. You handled him well, and he could tell that you were an honest man and that you were going to stick to your word, and it would be good for his business. And you are an awesome individual, and we are so glad that you ran into my sister.
Oh. I swear, I didn't pay her to say this. I didn't have anything to do with this.
This was not first, honestly. I want to say thank you, because you have been a blessing.
Thank you, Jennifer. It's been a blessing to be a part of your lives. I consider you guys friends, and just so this translates to everybody listening, when you guys are out there, there's good providers out there. And I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that back what they say with a guarantee, that they don't need written promises, that they say it, they're going to do it. And I think just knowing that they exist might be good enough. And to let them know that they have options and they don't have to tolerate a provider that doesn't appreciate their business and isn't willing to work with them and work for them. It's a very disappointing feeling to know that somebody who works so hard to earn your business would work so little to keep it. And I'm glad you've had a different experience. Hopefully the people listening will take that as they go looking in the marketplace, whatever's best for them. Thanks so much for your time, Jennifer. I really do love seeing you, and every chance I get to hang out with you.
You too.
Jennifer with Fink's Wheel Shop in Chesapeake, Virginia. Bye. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey guys, that was Jennifer with Fink's Wheel Shop in Chesapeake, Virginia. Thanks for joining us today. She talked about Clover Mini and the use that she has there and the simplicity that it is for their staff there, how faster it is to ring items up. Also, the quickness and ease of use it is to look things up from the dashboard for Jennifer as an administrator to support some of the questions that her staff will have with transactions. She touched on the fact that their staff has a challenge, a very understandable challenge with technology, and the simplicity behind the Clover Mini was what made her life and the life of their business easier. And it was because it's intuitive and simple and easy to use. In addition to speeding up the chip transactions and running more secure, it also is just a lot easier for the user as well as the customer, the merchant, and everybody involved. I hope that her insight helped add value to your interest in making sure that your provider of leases and Clover devices is top notch, because Clover is only as good as its provider, and I am really grateful to know Jennifer. She has such fun insight on how that has benefited her business. So I'm glad I was able to bring that to you guys. I hope you found today's episode really enjoyable and beneficial. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and be sure to look out for live videos and events, because we will be showcasing exclusive products before they hit the marketplace, and some other features that will be a benefit to you and your business. And with that, I would like to leave with a quote that I received from a friend of mine, Thomas Blackwell, whose book will be coming out shortly. He told me it would be coming out here in the next couple weeks, I believe, if I remember correctly. And in his quote that he has in his email series, he shares about character. And one of the quotes in there has to do with a story that came from experience with Gandhi and a young boy. So I'll let you reach out to Thomas Blackwell at saydoachieve.com to learn more about how you can get connected with some of the language that he uses. But here's the quote that he shared in his series. And it goes, and it's a quote by Philip Brooks, who is an American clergyman and lyricist. Character may be manifested in the great moments, but it is made in the small moments. So I'm going to say that one more time. Character may be manifested in the great moments, but it is made in the small moments. So I hope you guys have an incredible remainder of the week, and I look forward to seeing you guys next week with our new episode, which will be showcasing the Clover Station, the new one, 2018. So look for that episode, and we will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.